The 8th annual Rio Rancho Pork and Brew Barbecue State Championship competition begins Friday. And if you like pork and you like brew, then the Santa Ana Star Center is exactly where you need to be this weekend. I'm so pleased to be joined by Ruben Gomez. Now, Ruben is a chef, professional barbecuer, and world champion competitor. Love that. Welcome, Ruben.
Thank you.
We're honored to have you today.
I'm glad to be.
And we've also got joining us today Matt Geisel, and Matt is Rio Rancho Convention and Visitors Bureau Manager. And Ruben, thank you so much for being here today.
Our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Really, just a pleasure to have you both. I don't know if you guys know what big fan I am of the Pork and Brew. I love me some ribs, may I just say, and some barbecue. Now, I want to talk about the fact that you have competed and won championships. I mean, that's a really big deal. What does it take to be this winner that you are in this competition?
Well, I started off as a judge, and then once I learned what the judges were looking for, then I decided that I can do that. So I went into barbecuing, and I've been in several most competitions that I've been in. I have come up in the top 10 at least.
Wow!
And,
wow. Well, you're giving a lot of hope to people like me who think they could be a judge and then eventually maybe be a participant in a contest such as this.
Right.
Very exciting. And I want to also talk about the fact that Pork and Brew means a lot to the city of Rio Rancho. So let's talk a little bit about that, Matt.
Yeah, definitely, Nikki. Thank you. You know, the city of Rio Rancho is only 30 years old. We're not as old as several of the other cities in the state of New Mexico. So we've really built our tourism industry around events, and Pork and Brew is the granddaddy, the cornerstone of those events. And it's just a fantastic opportunity. We're going into our 8th year of Pork and Brew. And it's a great opportunity for us to welcome people from across the metro area, across the state, and across the country to Rio Rancho and showcase our great city.
I love that. And you know, it's a festive weekend. It's a weekend of celebration of our country, and so it's a really good time to get out, have some fun, and celebrate it the all-American way. And I say big part of that is eating some good ribs and making a mess. So Ruben, let's talk about what you're going to do for us today.
Well, I'm going to start with the raw rack of ribs.
Okay.
And
wow.
And these are selection of ribs is very important. You want to buy when you buy ribs, you want to make sure that you don't have any bone showing. They call it in the competition thing. They call these shiners, and they really show up on the end product on the display. I mean, on the when you do the presentation.
So wait, you would go and just buy them without the bone showing. That's the number one. Okay.
And then there's a membrane in the back that needs to be taken off, and that is a little bit time consuming. So once you pull it off, then the next thing would be to put I put a little bit of rub a little bit of either peanut oil or in this case olive oil. Okay.
Either or would work fine.
Either one.
Okay.
Even a vegetable oil will work. Even a vegetable oil will work. And what this does, it serves as a glue. As a glue for the rub. And this is a rub. This is something that I came up with that I'm marketing now. And it's under my competition name is Butts and Suds.
Butts and Suds.
So
I love it. That's awesome.
So you put a good amount of rub on them.
Okay.
And rub it in.
And that oil really coats it, huh? That's what really keeps it, like you said,
right,
the glue.
It gives it the flavor, and then they should go in the refrigerator for a minimum of 6 hours.
Really? 6 hours? So this is something, if you are going to make it home, you want to start preferably the night before.
Right.
Okay.
And once you've got a good coat, then they go in the refrigerator for like I say, about 6 hours.
Okay.
And then they go in the smoker. The smoker should be at 225.
Okay.
And what I do is I put them in for 3 hours. Every hour I put them bone down.
Bone down? Okay.
Right. And I put every hour on the hour I spray them with apple juice.
Apple juice, really?
Juice, right.
Why is that?
Because it caramelizes and it gives it a beautiful color.
I love hearing that. Right. Look at Matt. He's like, I am hungry.
Yes.
Then the next process, at 3 hours, I take the ribs out. I put them on tin foil, and I'll take brown sugar, I'll take honey, and I'll take parquet squeezed butter on both sides. Okay. And I wrap them up, and I put them back in the smoker. This time I flip them over, and I put them bone side up.
Okay, so round one, bone side down for 3 hours.
3 hours.
Round two, now you've added the brown sugar,
the honey,
parquet,
and
and the honey.
And then they're wrapped.
And then they're wrapped, okay. And then
you put them bone side up
okay.
for 1 hour, and they should be ready in about an hour. Baby back ribs should be done in about 4 hours at 225 degrees, and spare ribs take a little bit longer, about an hour longer. And then once they're done, then we go to the finished product.
Okay. And let's see what that would look like, because, you know, we're not going to taste till after the break. We'll build anticipation, okay. Right, Matt? Yes. Now, what can people expect? I want to tell, before we show everybody, let's tell everybody what they can expect this weekend. I want to give them the information about Pork and Brew so they know that they can head on over and they can participate and have some good eats.
Well, Pork and Brew is it's a 3-day event this weekend, starting Friday, July 1st, and it's part of the city's overall 4th of July celebrations.
Yes.
So we start at noon on Friday, 10 a.m. on Saturday, and noon again on Sunday. 3 days of great food, great drink, and great live entertainment out at the Santa Ana Star Center. We have Al Hurricane performing on Saturday afternoon.
Fun.
And then inside the Santa Ana Star Center on Saturday night, we have Rodney Carrington performing as well.
Great. So when you have great entertainment and you have great food, to me that's a perfect celebration, and a perfect looking set of ribs is what we're looking at right here. And Ruben, this is what it will look like when it comes out of the oven for the after the second round?
Right. When it comes out of the oven, the good test when they're done is if you turn them bone side up and pick them up with tongue. If they bend like that, they should be done. A lot of times they'll start separating. Also, your bones will separate from the meat. I mean, shrink. Okay. The meat will shrink from the bone, and that's another good indication.
Perfect.
So then you put them on a grill.
Okay.
And you put
your barbecue
sauce on them.
And while you continue to put on that barbecue sauce, we'll take everybody out to the break and let them know that they can get this recipe online by going to casa.com. And when we come back, we'll show you the final product, and we'll taste it too. Thanks, Ruben. Thanks, Matt. Sitting here, because of my cold, I'm trying to be very germ conscious, but I really wanted to taste that barbecue sauce, but I didn't do it. I'm sitting here, of course, with Ruben and Matt, and we are in front of this beautiful, beautiful rack of ribs. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, Kristen?
Great.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to dig in a moment, but first what we want to do is thank all of today's guests. Thank you so much for joining us. And if there's anything that you need to know about today's show, just log on to our website, very simple, casa.com.
And tomorrow in New Mexico style, if you are raising a developmentally disabled child, Life Roots is here to provide some support.
That's right, and we'll introduce you to a local artist who found inspiration in the rubble of Hurricane Katrina. And also, the mad scientist of cocktails will shake up a little passion. Ooh, shaking up passion, that sounds good. And now, what are you doing for us? Are you cutting up these ribs?
I'm cutting up the ribs, and this is the way we would cut them up for...
oh boy.
Yeah, definitely. We need wet naps.
Yeah, we need wet naps, right? Don't we, Matt? Seriously.
In competition, what you want to do is when you bite into the rib, only that part that's in your mouth should come off.
Okay. Let's try.
How you judge a rib, if all the meat comes off the bone, they're overcooked. If you have to tug at it, they're undercooked.
Oh, it's just perfect.
It's perfect, I mean.
Ooh, a little head cold isn't going to stop me from eating some ribs. Oh, thank you guys so much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm going to be finishing my ribs, so I'm going to have a mouthful. So let me thank you all again for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and prayers to everybody out there dealing with the fires. Thank you all so much for all your hard work and all the support here in New Mexico. Have a wonderful day.
Have a great morning.
Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm making a mess.
All of ribs.
It's perfect because it comes
fantastic.
through light.
Yeah.